Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Whiskey Media Happy Hour. It's the end of the month, which means that it is free for everyone. We apparently have a live studio audience of one this week.
Great.
Jeff Gerstmann.
It's like Alan Havey.
That's right. Of course, we're going to look at all the fun stuff that's happening throughout the Whiskey Media network of sites. Comic Vine, Tested, Screened, and Giant Bomb are all here. Before we kick things off, we're going to be taking some calls later on in the show for the Screen.com trivia contest. And if you want to get on that number is 415-508-3975. Taking those calls later in the show, so stick around, have that number ready.
So calling now would be silly.
Yeah, don't call now, call later, but just let you know that's the number. Before we get into it, though, we've got Brad Shoemaker, who, if you've been paying attention to Giant Bomb, you may have noticed our quick look of Cargo, The Quest for Gravity.
I did notice that.
A bracingly insane Russian-made PC game. Brad Shoemaker is in Cargo Land. Let's see how things are going there right now. Bradley.
Hey, guys.
Okay.
What's going on? Just slowly surrendering my sanity piece by piece over here. Check out my car. What do you think of my car?
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I hope to see crazier and crazier things throughout the show from you, Brad. All right, car noise is a strong start.
I haven't seen any naked dwarves yet.
Yeah, they want me to race with the buddies. I need to find the band.
All right, well, you go find your buddies and have some
that.
fun.
All right.
And we'll check back in with you later. But first and foremost, top of the show, Greg Casava from Supergiant Games. Greg, how you doing?
Doing pretty well.
Fantastic. It's been a month.
Yeah.
And you're flying solo this time.
Yeah. We're having a little a little celebration back at the Supergiant Ranch in San Jose, which I'm off to right after this. It's the birthday of one of our own. We're also just about wrapped with development on the 360 version of the game. So
which you have brought with you here today.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
You want to throw this on and show people? We actually haven't seen very much of the three. We saw a little bit of it in some of the video that you guys provided last month.
Yep.
But now we have it here in the studio.
Running on a console.
Yeah. Indeed. So it's funny because, and this is only popping up because I have two memory devices, but I hate it when games like pop
force it on you only when there's one. Yeah.
So that will not happen. We're nearly done. It's funny because what you're about to see is going to look, like a lot like the PC version. A lot goes into making sure it runs and looks and feels, just like we want, and that load screen will go away and stuff. So we're still cleaning up a few little things here and there, but yeah, we're almost there.
So you're in bug squashing mode right now. Now you had mentioned that you guys just yesterday got your ESRB rating.
Yeah, that's right. Our shocking live reveal of our ESRB rating. We got an E10 plus rating. Which it's funny because I was totally convinced that we were going to get a T for whatever reason.
Vinny, can we actually lose some of the game audio out here?
Yeah, our narrator sounds way cooler than me.
There we go. Okay.
But yeah, I was convinced for a while that we were going to get T for whatever reason, but we got E10 plus, which makes me really happy actually because this game, it wasn't intended for. It's not intended for kids or anything like that, but like it was intended for like a wider audience.
Like cool kids.
Yeah, no, exactly. I mean, it's like when I was a kid, when I was 10, I was like watching RoboCop or something totally inappropriate. So I like that, theoretically it's suitable for kids, and stuff like Portal 2 got E10 plus also, so that made me feel better about it.
So you've. Obviously, there's a whole different set of kind of requirements and loops to jump through when dealing with a console game versus a PC game.
Yep.
But actually, first, I would just love to know a little bit more just about the ESRB submission process, especially for an indie. Like you've gone through this.
There's been talk lately that they had changed the process. Did you get in on the new version?
No, we did not. It's funny because we heard about that new process like basically right at the end. Right at the end as we were wrapping up, but really the guys we're working with, in particular one guy named Adam at Warner Brothers has been taking point on the submission. So publishers deal with it. Yeah. We're just kind of like providing the information that they then need. It's a pretty like rigorous process, and in fact the game is also being rated with the other rating agencies
Yeah,
around the
PEGI
world,
and
PEGI and USK in
USK,
Germany.
yeah.
There's Sero and I think it's pronounced Sero in
Sarah,
Japan.
yeah. Are you, so you are getting a Japanese rating? on top
We
of
are.
it? Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So that's one of those things that the publishers has been taking the brunt for you. You're not having to
Yeah,
interface directly with the ESRB.
That's correct, and what it involves is just like full disclosure on the game, everything, all the content, the entire script, video of the ESRB I guess doesn't actually like play the game themselves, so we the video is provided of like the entire thing. Yeah, so there was some
It ends
funny.
up being. Don't they kind of ask you to like go out and okay, give us the most extreme moment in the games so we can look at that, or any moment you think is gonna make an impact?
Yeah, there is that kind of stuff, and it's funny. Like in some of the kind of ridiculous stories that come out of it, there are some feathers in the game that just lie on the ground. So in some, spoiler, there are feathers in the game, right? So you go into some areas, there are feathers on the ground, but in the video that we provided to the ESRB, I guess the guy who's watching, he's like, "That's blood, isn't it?" Because they're like red feathers. So he just thought like you're like wading through pools of blood.
Right.
We're like, no, they're feathers. We assure you. So things like that come up. They're just they're just doing their jobs, and all that stuff. But there is definitely that interpretive aspect of the ESRB doing their jobs. There is no formula for how. I guess, as far as I know, they have not revealed any kind of like exact criteria for what rating you're going to get.
Right. It's not like you have you can say fuck twice or
Yeah,
nothing crazy like that.
Yeah, I think it comes down to judgment call. So yeah, again, in our case, as people who've been keeping track of this game, they know we have like a structure called a distillery that's like filled with a bunch of these drinks that clearly reference alcohol and the character of indeterminate age reaching up for them and stuff. So that's the kind of stuff that made me think we might get a T. But it is presented. We don't say it's like alcohol or anything like that.
It has the trappings, but is not explicitly.
So we're
booze.
like E10 plus with alcohol reference and stuff like that, which I don't know that I've seen. But I guess stuff like stuff like Harry Potter, I think, is kind of similar, where they have some blood and all that, but ultimately it's kind of kid friendly.
So in addition to that master, there's also Xbox certification.
Yeah.
Microsoft has certain standards that they require of you.
Yep. That stuff is pretty thorny. That's the stuff that Gavin and Andrew, whose birthday it is today.
Happy birthday, Andrew!
Those guys are
ripe
awesome.
old age of 19.
Yeah, no, I think he's 28. But there's a lot of crazy stuff they have to deal with there. It's like if the game is running on a USB drive and you like pull the drive out while you're saving. It's all this kind of stuff that I don't think actually happens to most people in the real world, but it's required that you deal with it. It ultimately, makes the game better.
Is it mostly just kind of tech stuff like that? Is it just sort of like worst case scenario?
Like you can't draw outside of a title safe area.
Actually, yeah, they do have that safe zone stuff and all that. There's a variety of stuff both on the content side. It's like this menu here. There are specific guidelines about
how to play.
Yeah,
every single XBLA game has it.
Yeah, it's like what these things say and how they're labeled and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, for XBLA games, all this stuff is basically required.
Are you required to still provide a demo version?
The trial version?
Yeah, version.
Absolutely. Every XBLA game has a free trial version, and what we're playing right now is like the first part of the game is what our trial is going to be.
So you're kind of just like cutting off at a certain chapter point.
Yeah, exactly. It's like it's roughly you will be able to play the prologue of the game, and at that point the story and the gameplay and all that stuff is established, and then from there you should be well equipped to make the decision of whether you want to keep playing, whether you want to pony up your cash.
Now, will the game kind of stop at that point and say, hey, you can unlock it right now and keep going?
Yes, indeed. That was something we cared a lot about. We hate it in games when you play the trial, you like it, you're like engrossed by the story or whatever, and then you buy the game and then you have to start all over. So that was something. Amir in particular really pushed for, and we.
Was that a tricky process at all, like making that happen?
It's like there's some kind of technical. You have to like find a specific way to do it because the game, like the trial version of the game, cannot
Can't save, yeah.
Yeah. So basically, through some sorcery we made it work.
Yeah.
It should all work well. But yeah, any people who've been keeping a keen eye on this game, like all these kind of screens have been updated a little bit and stuff. There's been a ton of little kind of polishy things that we've been putting in.
You know, maybe it's just because we've been here. We've been always pushing it out from a laptop in a sort of I don't know, thrown together fashion. This looks really good. This looks really sharp.
That's what we like to hear.
There
are a lot of little bits and pieces that we've done to make it subtly better. Like our critical hit feedback, all our damage numbers and all that stuff has been a lot polished up since we've shown the game earlier.
There's I don't know, there's a color saturation, maybe there's some lighting elements or something, but
that's cool. Yeah, that's great. And again, it's like having the game look good, run smooth was something that was really, really important to us and was not trivial at all to get it running this well on 360. But you know, it's good that people will be able to see it and go like, oh, it looks just like the PC version. It's like not knowing how much engineering kind of heartache.
It's like you kind of hear people say that and you just go, oh,
yeah, exactly.
All right.
Yeah.
Great.
Now, another element of being on the Xbox 360 is, of course, achievements.
Yep.
Some chivos.
Yeah.
Whoa, what?
Some chivos.
Oh, okay, all right. Sorry, I didn't understand what you were talking about
As we say in France. Now, I don't want you to, give away everything here, Greg, but any chance we could take a sneak peek at some of the achievements?
Yeah, why not? Especially since, frankly, a bunch of them are secret because we have a story-driven game, and yeah. Yeah, so that's an example of one that is fairly cryptic. That's the first one that you get. You'll actually be able to... That's the sort of thing where if you play through the whole trial, you will basically be entitled to that one if you then get the whole game.
Got it.
Secret achievement. Here's a secret achievement. Boo. I don't want to show that one too much. Here's one that involves finishing the game.
Wait a minute. This
Big
game
spoiler.
ends?
Yeah.
Okay.
It does end. I don't want to talk too much about that. I don't want to talk too much about. Yeah.
Stop showing those. I don't want to give up too much.
No, it's all.
Achievements exist, and so those you guys are locked in on those.
Yeah, they're locked. They've been. We care a lot about achievements. By the way, the reason we have 12 is because that's like the number that the normal XBLA game.
Most of them. I think most of them cap at 12.
Yeah,
I think
it's the easy number.
But we have a. There is a system within the game that we haven't really talked about that that basically is an achievement-like system that is more couched in the game world. So even though there are 12 conventional achievements, there's more stuff like that within the game itself, if that makes any sense.
Got it.
So we spent a lot of time on those. Deciding what was best, because there are a lot of different schools of thought about achievements, and our thing is like we don't want to promote stuff that's going to like cause people to play through the game in some like degenerate ways, just doing stuff that like breaks the game for them. It's like,
don't shoot.
Yeah, finish the game without shooting. It's like, well, it's a game about fighting a lot of stuff. Like we don't want to limit people's enjoyment of the game.
The kind of the contrived gameplay base.
There's enough of that stuff that we think people will naturally want to do without having to like force it out of them with an achievement.
Right.
But it's as you would probably expect, it's a combination of some stuff that's like on the critical path of finishing the story. We think just like playing through this whole game is it's somewhat of an investment. We don't want people to feel like robbed of achievements just from committing the time and effort to finishing the game, and then there's a good amount of stuff that's off to the side.
I mean, I finished Trouble Witches Neo, and I got 1 7-point achievement to show for it.
And that feels bad, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So some people say that like you should never have any critical path achievements because like achievements are for encouraging you to do other stuff, but it's like I don't know. I think it. I agree with you.
You
can have a split.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think it feels bad to finish a game and sort of have nothing to show for it on the achievement front.
I mean, I like a good kind of 50-50 or maybe even like 60-40 split of something to keep driving you through the experience, and then like, okay, I can mop this stuff up by going back and...
Exactly. Yeah. So and in our case, it's like you will not get everything on an initial. Yeah. There you will have to invest a certain amount of time and effort into getting all 200 points out of this game.
Greg, would you be up for taking some questions out of the chat?
Absolutely. Yeah, I'd love love to answer questions.
We've got Corey on the chat room. Intern Corey, how are things
Hello.
going in the yacht?
Some people are having technical difficulties, but a few of them have able to get me questions.
The correct answer to that is awesome. Here's your first question.
All right.
You'll have to work on that honesty.
Everything's fucked, man.
Everyone's on
The
fire.
ship's sinking.
Ilaha wants to know, is the UI finished?
Yes. It is.
You guys are content locked, right?
We are content locked big time, yeah. So, yeah, if you don't like it, let us know, and we will take your feedback under advisement. But
For future patches?
yeah, we iterated.
We changed the font in the patch.
Yeah, we iterated very heavily on the UI. We have the nice. It's something that most people won't notice, but it's something we cared about. Of like, if you don't like shoot, the UI goes away after a couple of seconds, so you could just kind of admire the look
Get a
of
look
it and
at
stuff.
Yeah.
Games like God of War do that kind of stuff,
Right.
and we like it.
So what's left? Do you have like a number on a whiteboard somewhere that says like there are 24 bugs
Like
left
bugs
in the game?
left? No,
or-
I mean there are no issues outstanding from our perspective. There's still like optimizations and things that that our engineers are working on, and we're continuing to play the game like every day and seeing what, if anything, we can find, and we're not really finding stuff. It's like the thing I said on Twitter earlier today, and it felt really good to say because I wouldn't have said it if I didn't feel it. But it was like, it feels like the game we wanted to make. I don't think I think we've had the time to be able to do everything we wanted with it. Where for a while there were like, there wasn't a lot of wishful thinking on the project, but it's like there's always that stuff of like, oh, it would have been cool if we could have done this, and like we've been able to get to a lot of that. Wouldn't it be cool if type stuff?
Oh, cool.
From our own perspective, so we're still super anxious to see how people take it, obviously, but I think it kind of feels very personal to us, and we're all quite happy with how it turned out.
So are you guys? Are you at the point yet where like release dates and prices are coming up, or?
So that is definitely, those are like key subjects for us. That's all stuff that is not entirely in our control. That involves working with publishing and Microsoft and all that. We're on track to release this summer. That's like as much as we could say right now. But Microsoft ultimately determines the release date, kind of in partnership with the publisher. So we have our preferences on that, and as soon as we have an actual release date, we will absolutely get it out there, and we think we'll get it out there, with plenty of time to spare, so that people can have their, basically just know when it's coming out. Because these games live or die by how well promoted they are, in addition to how good they are.
Right.
So if no one knows when it's coming out, it's like, what's the point?
You just wake up Wednesday and go, what's out?
Yeah,
I don't
exactly.
even know.
our game.
I have that experience a lot. Like every week on XBLA, there is stuff I have like never heard of, and I keep up with games pretty closely. So I don't, with all due respect, I don't want this game to be that way. Hopefully, there's our first achievement.
Oh, there it is.
We didn't think it was.
We didn't think we would hit it, but and we just missed it on the feed. One more question from Corey in the chat.
A couple of folks want to know if the whip is still in the game.
No, the whip, sirs, is gone.
DLC. Look for the
Yeah,
whip.
it ain't. Yeah, I don't even think. Yeah, I think the whip. We actually recently deleted even the assets for the whip, so that thing is gone and buried. But I don't think I can. I at this point I can say with quite a fair bit of confidence that people won't be disappointed by our sort of weapon arsenal. There's some pretty fun stuff, and it's gotten to the point where we all argue about which weapons are the best and which ones are our favorites, which seems like a good place to be. It's like there's no runt in the litter, and they're all we design them in that way of like they're all viable all through the game. So it's not like this one turns into garbage later on. So yeah, you keep finding more and more stuff, but one of those things is not the whip.
All right. Well, Greg, thanks.
Yeah, sure.
Thanks for coming by and giving us another look. I guess we'll see you in a month, and
Yeah.
maybe you'll have a game by then. Maybe it'll be out.
Probably not in a month, because that'll
Okay.
still be. That's still in May
it'll
or
be
June.
Yeah.
late in May.
But hopefully really soon, and it's great. Like now that we've gone through the whole process, like any questions that people have about what the hell we've gone through and how we did this, we're we're still very committed to answering all that stuff because we learned a lot as we went, and there's too much like mystery around this process anyway. So.
Well, I'm very excited to see your game come out and also to do some post-mortem work with you on the game after all the dust is settled.
Sounds good.
Greg Salvin, Supergiant Games, Bastion, thanks again for coming through. Let's now check back into the insane Russian world of cargo with Brad Shoemaker. Bradley!
Hey, dudes.
How's it going?
I'm racing naked gnomes on skates.
What?
I'm trying to drive this car over... Dude, I don't know.
So what have you been doing while we've been away here?
Let's see. I got a blueprint for a submarine. Pretty excited about that. I have continued to race. They're real big on the racing in this game, it turns out.
That was not something we saw.
Oh God!
Necessarily anticipating from the first time.
No, well, I got this car now.
Yeah.
And they want me to use it apparently. I put these wings on here. It's not really doing much. Also,
I think you put this on before, and yeah, it looks
still,
like to give you some lift first.
although it's fun. Well, I missed that one, but apparently it's fun to run over penguins because I get fun when I do it. Lastly, the shocking bombshell was dropped since we left off that this is the afterlife.
Oh God! So you're dead?
This is apparently. So that big red floating head probably was in fact Satan.
That would make sense with all the fiery flames.
Sure.
So is this just like a Russian companion to Lost? Is that the idea here?
Yes. I expect the smoke monster to show up at any minute.
Or, I mean, the penguins. That's not too much of a jump from polar bears.
Indeed. I don't know what these races are for. I don't seem to be getting anything for doing them, but.
Well,
yeah.
You know what? We'll come back to you a little bit later.
Yeah, give me a few minutes.
Actually, do you want to take a question from the chat?
Sure. I just finished this race. Something's going to happen. I got an achievement. Oh my God! Are you seeing this?
Corey, anything from the chat for Bradley for this craziness? No. All right.
Sweet.
They are completely dumbfounded by this game. Just as much as we are. All right, we'll check back in with you again, Brad.
Sweet. Maybe I'll have a submarine for you.
Keep alive over there, man.
All right, I'm trying.
Stay strong.
I'm trying.
All right. Jeff, you're still here.
I am still here.
How's it going?
It's going good.
We are now joined by Norman Chan from Test.com and friend of the network, Gary Whitta.
That's not Will Smith.
No, I said friend of the network, Gary Whitta.
Easily
Trying to throw me off my game.
I'm sorry. Damn, I'm sorry. I just want to explain. Will's not here.
No, Will is drinking coffee in Houston.
Yeah, getting really high on coffee.
Because technology.
There's testing.
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 Well, I will say technology is powered by
coffee technology. Did you not see Green Hornet?
No.
Oh, good. Good.
No one did.
Pass the test. If you guys are in Houston, if anyone watching lives in Houston, there is a tested meetup tonight. Go check Will Smith's Twitter feed.
That's Will Smith.
/Will Smith. All the deets are there. Say hi. Drink some coffee for me. I wish I was there.
So we're here today to.
No one has ever said, "I wish I was in Houston" before, ever. I think you might be the first. I went to Houston and really liked it, but
first time for everything.
Yeah.
But we're not here to talk about coffee. We're here to talk about streaming media.
That's right.
We've got a couple of apps that just rolled out today or earlier this week.
Today.
All of it today.
Yeah,
awesome.
Today.
So Jeff, you have Hulu Plus on the Xbox 360.
Yeah, this is out today. This is they're offering a free week, but normally Hulu Plus subscription is $8 a month.
Right.
$7.95.
So keep that in mind as we go through this stuff.
That's in U.S. dollars.
That's in
Now, this
USDs
has already
there.
been available on PS3 for a while.
Yeah,
right?
it's been available on PlayStation 3 for a bit. Of course, you can watch it on your monitor of your computer as well, which is actually, it turns out to be kind of the best way because they have even more content there. They haven't secured all the rights for everything.
Even within Hulu Plus.
Even within Hulu Plus, even within their paid service. If I want to watch, say, for example, go to search here, and then bang this out in this really efficient manner.
And this is where the little keyboard attachment would come in.
Yeah.
I know where you're going.
Choose.
Web only.
Sanford and
Says
Son.
right there, web only. So,
wow.
so it's actually it's even more annoying because I can actually go in here and it'll show me all 4 seasons
All
of
the
Sanford and
seasons that you
Son.
can't watch.
I can get episode guides and ratings for every single episode. But then if I
Wow.
hit any one of these things, it even lets me hit play. No.
So, nah.
An incredible wealth of television that's not available to you.
That you're
Yeah.
paying for.
Yeah, that you're.
So
on top of
that's
that, yes,
obviously
you're
some
paying for
kind
it.
of licensing or contract restriction.
Right, yeah, it has to be. And it's not to say that there isn't plenty of stuff on here. They've got stuff from a lot of different providers. NBC seems to be the most popular. NBC and Fox.
NBC
is
and
in
Fox
there.
are kind of the big
Yeah.
ones, right?
Stakeholders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does Disney have some sort of a share in it as well?
Let's go to D here on the list here and see what we find.
Don't know.
No.
I think Disney is more camped out over on the Apple TV side of things.
Yeah.
So you want to pull up some content here, and we can just kind of
Let's bootleg some Hulu Plus.
let's bootleg. Yeah, exactly. So
So with Hulu Plus, you're paying, but you also get a wider selection, so you get entire past
Yeah,
seasons.
yeah. So Hulu regular has plenty of stuff on it as well. But yeah, you get full runs of shows.
Is the image quality is what I care most about.
Yeah,
HD? It's good.
It is HD. Yeah. So let's just jump into the
clip of The
latest
Office here.
episode of The Office here.
Looks just like Netflix.
Yeah,
Kind of.
looks a lot like Netflix.
It seemed like it started pretty quickly here.
Yeah, it's pretty fast start.
Now, it should be pointed out that because you were resuming an episode you already started, you didn't have to sit through an ad,
I didn't have to
which
sit
you
through the
otherwise
ad,
would
which
have
normally
to.
if I went to, let's say, this other episode here, like this is not an ad-free service. So you're paying
Even though you're
them,
paying, you're still getting ads.
you're still getting ads
Oh, wonderful.
before shows
So here's
here.
your
And these
brand.
NBC shows, you even get this too, like reminding you, like, hey, by the way, this is on a television.
Yeah. Oh, and then the ad.
And then something
awesome-
saying, hey, there's going to be an ad, and then the ad.
Right.
Oh, is it just like on the web service where it's like the same 3 ads over and over again?
It's
for
been
shows?
it's been okay. It's been okay so far. It seems like they've gotten better about ad variety. They even have a thing on the site now. You can actually go fill out your preferences with
Right.
regards to different types of products.
No ads.
And
And,
it'll-
and it is still giving you the countdown at the top, letting you know
Yeah.
how long that ad
Right.
is going to be, which maybe makes it worse.
Yeah,
It's either
almost.
like, oh god, another 20 seconds of this
I
stupid
know.
Alton Brown
This time
ad.
I've made 28 seconds last forever.
Yeah,
How
so
many times on the internet have you dialed up a piece of content, realize you have to sit through a 30-second ad, and realize I'm actually not that interested
Yep.
in seeing this piece of
Yeah.
content?
a lot.
Or you can play the mental
I do
game.
that, I do that pretty
What can I do in
regularly,
30
yeah.
seconds while this ad is playing and get back to my chair?
Yeah.
some popcorn,
Yeah.
run
Can you
around the
finish a
circle.
match of StarCraft 2? Norm?
Yeah, Alt Tab.
Now, I saw on here
One
earlier,
game
Hulu did just do a deal recently with the Criterion Collection to add a bunch of classic movies, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, there are movies on here. Strictly Sexual, number 1 with a bullet.
Right next to Gamers.
Right, Gamers and the Dungeon Masters. And then yeah, so these are the most popular movies on the service, not necessarily like a bunch of recent hot.
It's kind of a weird mixed bag of
Offerings.
content on Hulu, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like you don't get that much, and it's just a very strange grab bag of stuff.
Yeah, for sure. And you know they've got all this recent popular television, but then they do kind of go back into the past with some stuff. You know, they got like Airwolf and A-Team. But then you know there's a lot of like really bad Canadian sci-fi on here, like Star Hunter 2300.
Sanctuary.
Which this is the last episode. I don't want to
Don't
spoil
spoil
it.
it, no.
Patrick and I have been watching this, you know, while eating sandwiches and stuff. Past couple of days here.
And yet you will play it anyway.
So so that guy, he's bad.
Okay. I feel like we're in spoiler territory.
They're
here.
missing some piece that let them get into hyperspace, but yet they're in hyperspace, and the 3 members of the crew here that are still on the ship are in different planes of reality, so they can't really see each other, except for this dude who's bad, by the way.
Is that why the color balance is off?
Yeah, each one is shifted
Oh, I
in
thought that's
color.
easier way to instead of painting their faces.
Yeah,
Add
no,
some
it's
tint for lighting.
each different plane of reality has its own little shade. But then there's a
So this is like the Smurf realm.
yeah, and then the captain of the ship is off in some other hyperspace trying to bring some girl back to life. I don't know. Like I said, it's the last episode of the show. They made it in Canada. It shows.
You keep coming back to that like that's the reason why it's bad.
It shows. There's been a lot of great stuff made in Canada. This is not one of it. And then,
Hulu.
you know, you get Cleopatra 2525 on here.
All right, we like that.
So what do you feel is
Goodness.
the draw? Like what is it that makes Hulu Plus work, if anything makes it work?
Nah.
Well,
I
they
don't
sell
think-
Hulu Plus. It's not just more content, but it's the only way to get it on your living room TV or on mobile. And so it's their way of getting you to cut the cord on cable.
Yeah, I think if you didn't have cable and were committed to not ever getting cable ever, then this would be a decent option.
You have some on demand, and, they have a day after, and that's also my problem with Hulu Plus. Like, if you wanted to watch The Office, you can't watch it that night.
You have to watch it the next day.
It's the next day.
For stuff like The Daily Show and and Jimmy Fallon and stuff like that, there's still that delay.
You could cut the cable and live on Hulu Plus, but it would really be a subsistence diet, I think. I mean,
it would not be a great existence. You would eventually watch all of these episodes of Cleopatra 2525. And then you just have to start watching.
I'll lend you my DVDs.
Okay, yeah. If you could, because I'm not going to keep Hulu Plus. Ultimately, that's what this gets back to.
Okay.
Is I already pay for television, and I had this moment last night where it's like, I want to try out Hulu Plus. I'm already behind on watching Colbert anyway, so I'll watch the Colbert Report on Hulu Plus, and then it started up and forced an ad on me. I was like, wait, this is on my DVR, and I can skip those ads there, so forget this.
Well, since you are paying for cable, one of the things that you are getting right now is the home box office.
Yes, I am a subscriber to the home box office.
Let's kill this here. Let's get out of this.
Yes, let's kill that.
Well, let's just mention also Hulu Plus. It's free for this week on Xbox 360.
Yeah, it's free for a week because of beef jerky. So
delicious beef jerky.
Yeah, if you want to try and cram in all that Cleopatra and
free
all
weekend
that,
or free week,
all that Star Hunter, free week.
It should be pointed out though, that for $8 a month, you can get the Netflix streaming plan for that same price, and I think that's probably a much better value.
It's kind of movies versus television, though.
Yeah,
there's a lot of TV. There's a good job with the TV on Netflix.
Not current television, is there?
It is the deeper catalog. It is like a season old of The Office.
Yeah, it's like by the time The Office last season comes out on DVD, Netflix will get it as well. But you're not going to be seeing it the following night.
Correct.
But if you're looking for full run of SNL, let's do some swapping here.
Yeah.
If you're looking for a full run of SNL, they have that on Netflix.
Right. And that's up to the week. They put that up like the day after a new one.
Yeah.
Like they're definitely keeping current.
Relatively speaking, for sure. So the reason we bring up the home box office is that there's the HBO Go application.
Now, did this launch on computers today as well, or has it existed previously?
It existed previously on several other places, but the iPad app is the most exciting part. And they kind of announced it with the first episode of Game of Thrones 2 weeks ago, and I don't think any of us were prepared for how awesome.
If I had known that this existed on PC, I would have been using it for a while.
Now, I don't know, is that what we're supposed to be seeing? Because right now I don't know if it's really passing through the way it should be.
It is not.
Oh, so that's one thing we've learned right away.
So you're not seeing the interface stuff here, unfortunately.
No, we may have to turn this thing around.
Well, see if you can load up
I'll pull up some
video
entourage
here.
right here.
I'll give a quick rundown of the service. It's an app. It's a free app for iPhone, iPad, Android, and it's on the website. And if you are an HBO subscriber, no matter what cable service you use, anything but Time Warner, you load up the app and it'll ask you to sign in to your cable service. So for Gary and I, we click Xfinity because we use Comcast. I think you use DirecTV.
They give you a list of the different cable providers they support. Not all are supported. So, for example, if you're into Time Warner cable,
they didn't make the deal here. And then we loaded up the Xfinity website, logged in, and now we have basically every single HBO show ever made on the iPad.
We're going to have to pull this around and do it the old-fashioned way because it's not going to run through HDMI. But as you can see, they came up with a very, very slick interface. It's really quite beautiful on the iPad.
Is there a way we can get that zoomed in on a camera somewhere?
They're working on it.
Okay, so the main interface is just like this this infinite scroll of
just a gallery.
A gallery is a feature.
You can show it as the lists and more simple things as well, but this is the pretty version.
And we're so impressed by just how like produced it is.
Yeah.
Like great screen grabs.
Very, very slick. And the great thing is an incredible amount of content. You don't realize there's so much content HBO has until you see it all in one place.
Right.
So, for example, I mean, they've got every episode of every series of almost every show they've ever done. Entourage, Sex and the City, Curb Your Enthusiasm, Sopranos, The Wire, Deadwood, Band of Brothers, John Adams, Game of Thrones, you name it, it's all on here. There's very, very few omissions. And that's really impressive.
So in addition to like all the original HBO stuff, there's all the movies, correct?
Yeah. So HBO, they make deals with certain studios, so they will have the rights to broadcast Terminator Salvation or Alice in Wonderland on HBO for a certain window, and all of that stuff is also on the iPad.
So it's time limited. It's not like with Netflix where stuff is hanging around for a while.
Netflix stuff is time limited as well.
They churn, but the churn is a lot faster for sure.
But if you have for example, if you have on demand on Comcast, you could go and browse the HBO movies that they have licenses for and get on demand that way. It was just so much faster here, and it supports AirPlay. So I guess that's the reason it didn't work. We need to
so no HDMI out.
No.
But
if you have an Apple TV, you'll be able to AirPlay it to your.
Want to show it to, yeah. And the playback actually was really fast. I mean, we were on Wi-Fi.
Yeah,
good internet.
it started really quickly. It was
And again,
really impressive stuff.
All their movies, all the HBO movies are on here as well. So
Yeah,
Avatar or whatever movie that may be currently in the HBO lineup. Let's take a look at the movie lineup.
I do like the interface, and also show the tilt. It's actually.
Right. Did you discovered this, right?
Yeah.
If you do this, you can
If you tilt it side to side, you'll see it's actually.
Gyros.
Put on Busty Cops.
There is some
Put on Busty Cops.
Oh, of course, all the late night stuff is on here as well. All the sexy
Real Sex
after dark
15
stuff.
Text Cab Confessions. All you
As you can see,
Busty
all the
Cops.
you want to watch Sherlock Holmes, MacGruber.
Some Katie Morgan content.
Lots of good.
It is like a really slick interface. We were actually talking about the Netflix app on iPad works fantastically.
But it's the website.
It's not very dynamic. It doesn't really seem to take advantage of the interface of the iPad. This seems
It's like a cool way to present this library.
This is one of the best content navigation interfaces I've seen, and there's also there's an iPhone version, an Android version. I think it doesn't support every version of Android. You have to check what flavor of Android you have, but it does support a bunch of them. And desktop and regular computer, anything where you can get web access, you can get this app as well.
I crashed it.
You've broken it.
Awesome.
Well, let's get some questions out of the chat here while we look at Gary's lap.
Phantasmic wants to know why no Time Warner support.
It must be like
It's probably deals have to be made.
Yeah.
I'm sure they had to go to every single provider and say hey, we want to offer this service, and money had to change hands and all this stuff, and
it's worth mentioning that we talk a lot about cutting the cable and going to these web-only services like Hulu and Netflix. This is interesting in that this doesn't help you do that. You can only get this.
Yeah.
You can't go to HBO as much as we might want to. Like you tweeted earlier today, you have to go to HBO and just buy an a la carte subscription to this service.
Yeah.
You can only get access to this app if you have HBO. The only way to get HBO is piggybacked onto a cable service.
Which keeps all of the cable services from flipping out about it.
There's no way to cut the cord here. You have to go and actually connect the cord if you want to get this
However,
app.
if you are an HBO subscriber already, this is just icing.
Yeah, it's a value add.
This is just
It's
like
free.
It doesn't even cost anything extra,
It's
which
free.
is awesome.
It's a great value add if you're
with
already
the
an
amount
HBO
of money that you
subscriber.
have to pay for legitimate cable these days.
Now, we
it's
did
great that
find-
they're not like stacking more charges on top.
There is some HBO content that we couldn't find here.
Yeah.
For example,
No Larry Sanders
no
Show.
Larry Sanders
Mr. Show.
Yep, no Mr. Show stuff.
Said Dream On.
Dream
wasn't
On, a
there?
couple of the older shows. Larry Sanders in particular, I think, because of the music, the musical guests they had on the show. There was all kinds of. It took forever for that show even to come out on DVD for that
Right.
reason.
Although you can get full run of that on Netflix. That streams.
You can get the first season, I think, or the first
Yeah,
couple.
full
of
run.
seasons. Oh, it's all on there now.
Full run.
Okay, good.
All 5 seasons.
Right.
He will fight you about it. He's that serious.
No, because I was so excited because that was a series for the longest time. You're right. The first season was the only thing you could get.
Right.
They eventually released that full box set, and then not long after that, they actually maybe the last couple months they brought all of Larry Sanders to.
And you get the documentaries
Netflix.
as well. The sports stuff. There is no mini-series sports stuff like this past winter, the Road to the Winter Classic, the NFL one or NHL one, which is awesome. I couldn't find that here. So
So
it's
they
not
have their
everything.
boxing events and
But
stuff
yeah.
like that on there as well. But it's interesting that these both came out the same day, though, because I think they show very different approaches to, device-based content. And this is, I think, the example of exactly how you do it. Hulu Plus maybe less so.
I think that the interface and the stuff they've done for Hulu is all pretty smart. It just seems like I don't know, are they having trouble making the deals or something? It's really hard to know what's going on there because it's like they still have advertising, but you have to pay a fee, and it's like
And the library just doesn't have the depth.
Yeah. It's like
it's
for
scattershot.
very specific shows, it goes very deep. It's like, here's every episode of this, and it's like, hey, you want to watch 3 seasons of Mary Tyler Moore? Like, it's totally there for you.
And that's
But-
kind of the big picture problem is that when we talk about cutting the cable, there's no one place you can go to replace everything. You have to subscribe to maybe 3 or 4 different services to cover all your bases. You're still going to have some bases not covered, and also you'll be paying for a lot of overlap.
That's because there already is one place for all that. It's cable.
It's your cable, yeah.
It's TV. Pay for it.
But Ryan, you survive without cable, right?
I do. Largely based on Netflix. I mean, that's my primary thing for most of the entertainment.
I think there's enough content on Netflix now that you can quite happily survive on it and not feel like you're on a starvation diet of content. There's enough there to watch.
No, absolutely, and partially for me, like one of the reasons that I got rid of cable is that paying so much for so much stuff that I don't want is the package deal is part of my issue with it. Is when I'm paying for Netflix, like at least on the disc end, it's like I'm only paying for the discs that ostensibly that I'm taking home. Like I'm choosing exactly which pieces of content that I want to have. They didn't really change the pricing structure when they started adding the streaming stuff.
Yeah.
So that was just kind of like, okay, cool bonus.
For me, cable's always been about like that what if scenario. And it's why I have the most expensive package that they will sell me on DirecTV, because like, what if there's something on that I want to see? And the thing is, I barely watch any television. It's really stupid for me to have all this stuff. But what if there's something? Like the other day, they were showing that the first place I saw that full half-hour Beastie Boys video.
Yeah.
They were airing it on Palladia.
Right.
Which is some HD offshoot channel. I think, does MTV own it?
It's MTV.
But their primary thing is we show HD music videos.
Right.
Like that's their whole thing.
Yeah.
So they were showing this, and it was great. I could go to the DirecTV app for iPad, which is actually really nice, like good remote for that service and stuff, and record that there and watch it. Before it was available, even on Hulu, I think, or anything like that, before it had really got.
The other thing that really brought that into sharp relief recently was Game of Thrones. Obviously, a lot of people wanted to see that show. Only on HBO.
Right.
It's not on iTunes the next day or anywhere else you can go get it. You've got to be an HBO subscriber. A lot of people aren't willing to go buy a whole HBO subscription just to watch one show. So right now, what's your alternative? Wait for the Blu-ray to come out? And it's kind of a long wait. It sucks for people that may only be interested in one or two shows. It would be great to finally have one service where you could build your own channel and cherry pick all your favorite shows from all the networks and just have one destination. But it seems like for all the content licensing contract restrictions that are out there, we're a long way, if ever, from really getting to that kind of content nirvana.
I think I'm just going to cancel everything I've got and go subscribe to WWE Classics on Demand and just watch 80s and 90s wrestling. And that's it.
I would die happy that way, right?
Yeah.
It's interesting, though, to see kind of the way this stuff is evolving, seeing the Hulu Plus app and seeing Hulu go from being this web-only interface to kind of bleeding out into other devices.
Well, everything's going to eventually meet in the middle. It's like you've got them, the traditional television kind of coming up onto the internet, and then you've got us pushing back the other way.
Right.
And we're all going to meet in the middle on a Roku box
Netflix.
at some point, and it'll all make sense someday. But it's still this weird halfway, like no one's willing to go far enough yet. And
yeah, the people who own the pipes, like the cable companies, are going to do whatever they can legally to keep themselves relevant for the longest time. HBO, I'm sure, if it was completely up to them, would happily sell you an a la carte subscription to that app. Cable companies are not going to stand for it because they don't want you to be able to go around them, so they're going to continue to make sure they stay in the picture for a while.
And you're still using their internet.
But the HBO thing seems like a really smart way to, like the problem with Hulu is that it feels like it is artificially forcing you to still kind of need cable.
it looks like a business deal.
Yeah,
It looks like a series of agreements.
the HBO thing like sweetens the pot. It feels value added. It's like, hey, this is a good reason to subscribe to HBO. Is they are introducing this portability to the content that everyone else seems just shit scared to.
Like you
to
might have
attempt.
subscribed just for Game of Thrones, but now you have a reason to watch all of the Pacific.
Yeah.
When before you can't really get that on demand, even if you pay for HBO.
It's a huge value add, and it really shows you how this sort of this app should be done from a content navigation. The way it's structured, they put all the content on that people want. They didn't just put a handful of content on; they put everything on there. Go watch every season of The Wire, every season of Deadwood, every season of Curb Your Enthusiasm, all on there. With Hulu, it's like kind of you're going to take what we give you. And we talked about this earlier. I think I'm right in saying if you're paying $8 a month, we've got a right to not have to look at ads, don't you think?
I think so. Yeah, definitely. And the way that they place the ads, especially in some programs, like it's not even at natural ad breaks. Just like, boom, here's an ad. Screw you. Like it just really not a great experience.
But you can see it for yourself on the Xbox 360. Hulu Plus is available free trial for a week right now. If you're
US
And
residents
theoretically, if PSN comes back up and in the middle of this free trial, you could also try it on your PlayStation 3 during
that's
that
right.
free trial.
That app's been on the PS3 for a while, but currently.
Oh, is Hulu Plus down with PSN? Because Netflix is still up, right?
So no, nothing. No.
No, you can get to Netflix.
You can get Netflix.
You get to it. Can you play anything?
Yes. You can.
I've not been able to.
Somebody told me you have
It's
to try to sign in, be told that it fails, and then you can get it. Yeah,
Yeah.
Brad's giving us the thumbs up.
I got to that point, and then it started saying that content wasn't available. So that has not been my experience.
Your
Why would you
may
watch
vary.
Netflix on PS3 anyway? It's kind of, I think, the weakest of all the
Interfaces.
apps. Yeah.
So anyway, wrapping up this segment, as I was desperately trying to do, HBO subscribers can get to the iPad app for free, and Hulu Plus on 360.
It's on iPhone
I think
as
it's
well.
ArioGo.com, and you can get it, or go to the App Store.
And do it all. You can also do all this on your computer as well. Gary, Norm, and Jeff, thank you guys so much.
Yeah.
Now, one of the exciting things here, Jeff, in the past few weeks, is Giant Bomb has added a new member to our editorial staff.
We have.
In Patrick Klepek, who is a seasoned newsman, bringing a certain amount of...
a grizzled veteran of the news game.
Bring some credibility to our organization as far as the news reporting
someone
goes.
did.
Exactly. And he's been breaking stories already in the short time that we've had him with the organization.
Scoops.
Exactly, scoops. In fact, I believe we have, yes, Patrick is in the newsroom with a breaking story. Patrick Klepek, what's going on?
I can report. Shit is still broken. PlayStation Network is still down. What's going on with Frank?
It's exciting times in Cargo Land over here. Check out my party car. You guys seeing this? Anybody? Anybody? Somebody likes to party around here, right? These buddies like to party. Hey, buddy. Oh, God. Anybody want to party? Somebody?
Brad Murata wants to know, is this game reminiscent of Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts?
Yes, no, I don't fucking know. Yeah, sure. You guys wanna build a submarine? Anybody?
Yeah.
Somebody answer in the affirmative and let's do this.
Go submarine!
Okay.
All right, Brad, thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
So look for more hard-hitting reporting like that from Patrick Klepek on GiantBomb.com. Joining me now on the couch, Norm Chan back, shuffling a little bit. You left and came back, and Tony Guerrero from Comic Vine. Tony, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How you doing?
I'm excellent. We've been having a blast here on the show today. Let's keep the train a-rolling. Now, in the world of comic books, we've got a new movie coming out soon, Thor.
Yes.
The Kenneth Branagh directed.
Thor.
Mjolnir.
Thor.
Mjolnir.
I know how to say that. Mjolnir.
Okay.
Mjolnir.
I just want to say it.
Not Mjolnir.
No.
Hammer.
Mjolnir. It's his hammer.
Mjolnir.
So, we've got a little trailer here. Give you get you hyped up for some Thor.
Yeah, it comes out on the 6th. It's out already in some places.
Yeah.
A bunch of us are going to see it tomorrow.
So you and you guys have been doing some debating about the quality of the film or the expected quality of the film.
It's gonna be awesome, Ryan.
On Comic Vine.
Ryan.
Yes.
It's gonna be awesome.
All right. Well, we'll see when it comes out. Though what's interesting to me here is whenever you bring a comic book to the big screen like this, certain sacrifices have to be made. Certain adjustments as far as the way characters are presented and the way stories are told. There's especially when you're talking about a character like Thor. Here's a guy who has, he's a Norse god. He has proper mythological roots. But then there's also the Marvel mythology that they have since stacked on top of, the ancient stuff. And there are certain things that maybe just don't play on the big screen.
Yeah, you gotta make it a little more easy to digest for the mainstream audience.
Certainly.
You can only give them so much
Right.
of the fantasy world. And Thor's a lot of fantasy.
Indeed. So Tony, we've been talking this week, and I asked you to come up with
things you won't see in the Thor movie or future Thor movies. I'm
so-
going to go out so far and say sequels. You won't see this stuff either.
So here's some stuff from the roots of Thor, ripped from the pages of the comic
books. Scanned from the pages. Not ripped or ripped.
Digitally ripped
Yes.
from the pages of Thor comic books. First off, wizards.
You're not going to see Thor fighting wizards or magicians?
You don't think he's going to fight Merlin in
I don't think
his
so.
dapper little green smock here?
I mean, Harry Potter's got one more movie. It's on its way out. So you got all these magical actors that might be out of work. But
Why did Thor
I just
fight
don't think
wizards in the first place in the comics?
Because they could. It was the '60s. I think that says it all right there. So yeah, I don't think you're ever going to see that.
And now another thing, and this is key to kind of Thor, is the road to Asgard, the Rainbow Bridge.
Now, there's actually some controversy about this.
Norm and I were arguing about. I don't think you're going to see the Rainbow Bridge like this.
I think there's definitely a Rainbow Bridge in the movie.
But it's not going to look like this.
It is a Rainbow Bridge from Asgard. People are going to walk on it,
but look,
and that's how you're going to
look at Loki. It's like, whee!
So yeah, are they going to use it like a slip and slide?
It's not arched.
Yeah.
It's a straight rainbow.
Well, we
bridge.
got two versions
guarantee
here.
it.
You think, but you think proper rainbow? Because I could see like it looking like holographic and making, because the aesthetic for all the Asgard stuff that they've shown so far has been very like kind of polished steel, kind of industrial look to it. Something that doesn't match the fluffy white clouds.
I think you'll look at it and say that's a rainbow bridge.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think it's gonna be like that. I don't even think it's going to be the proper Roy G. Biv bridge. So we'll see. And there's going to be no one sliding down it like that.
Okay.
So here's another scene. You don't think we're going to see Thor paying for goods and services using a wallet?
No. I mean, where would you keep it? He could maybe have a money pouch tied to his belt. He's not going to have a wallet. Thor or Superman used to have a pocket in his cape, but I doubt Thor would keep it.
Keep it under. I mean, if you could keep it anywhere. For one thing, what the hell is Thor doing with a wallet? Another thing, what's he doing with money? This dude should be as freaked out that Thor has a wallet as the fact that it's Thor.
That's actually Don Blake's wallet here. It mentions in the caption. So he somehow took the wallet from his human alter ego and somehow kept it when he transformed. I don't know how that happened.
No, you would imagine Thor carrying like bags of gold, like
That's
Asgardian
like
gold,
a money pouch.
sacks,
like a tied to his
coins.
belt.
There could be some comedic exchange where he tries to buy something at the grocery with a giant golden coin.
Can I get some change?
I could see that.
But no wallets.
No.
Also, probably no Thor core.
No.
Now, this is something that I could see, like, if Thor somehow becomes a franchise unto itself and they start cranking out, like, Thor 5, I could see them, like, going, all right.
I'd say it was an animated series.
Oh, they did a Thor core?
No, if they did an animated series, I could see them trying to do a Thor core.
Yeah.
But in movies, no.
And that feels like that's, like, a little too directly ripping off, Green Lantern core.
Yeah, which probably, maybe.
And, again, maybe if things go a little dark and things stretch out, Thor with a machine gun, and let's hope we never hear the phrase, no more Mr. Nice God uttered
That could be
ever.
a tagline on the side of buses and billboards.
God, I hope not. But last but certainly not least here, Tony, is
Thor Frog.
Thor Frog.
Everyone loves Thor Frog.
Thor turning into a frog.
It's part of the pet Avengers.
Loki, but no, that's a different frog actually.
So this is actually Loki turning Thor into a frog.
And there's Jarvis, like almost sweeping him away. He's like, "There's a frog in an Avengers mansion. Sweep, sweep," because that must be happening all the time. So here you can kind of see the frog, Thor as a frog, finds Mjolnir.
Yeah.
And he's like, I gotta pick it up so I can get the power, but it's like really heavy because he's a frog. So finally, he picks it up, and he gets the power of Thor, but he's still a frog.
So you don't think we're going to see Asgard-powered frog flying around?
I don't know.
In the movie, at least not the first one.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah, great close-up shot. Let's get some questions out of the chat here, Corey, about Thor.
White Bright Knight wants to know. He's never read any Thor comics and wants to know what he should read to maybe catch up on this.
He can watch the 3-Minute Expert. and
comicvine.com, 3-Minute Expert on Thor.
It's up on the video page. Yeah, that was a pain in the ass to do.
You need not buy any comics.
Well, they did relaunch. There's Mighty Thor #1.
Yeah.
So they're starting. It's not tied to all the other crazy crossover stuff going on, but you probably won't know what's going on because Asgard's floating over Earth in Oklahoma, and
it's a lot of comic book craziness that probably isn't going to be very applicable again to the film.
Yeah.
Probably just confuse issues more than anything.
I mean, the only thing, if you're going to read comics, you just got to jump in. There's no really perfect jumping on point, I think, for anything, because you could always go back to previous story arc.
It's the issue of just like with Marvel and DC,
just get in there.
Like 50, like these older characters, 50 years of history in this universe with these characters. Like the stories are constantly stacking, referencing back to old stuff, rewriting old history. You kind of just got to jump in.
Just jump in and read their pages on Comic Vine. You can get all their history and more that you need.
Corey, let's get some more questions out of the chat, please.
HT101 is wondering if you think there are going to be any cameos that we don't know about yet.
That we don't know about. I mean, we know Hawkeye is going to be in there.
Yep.
And Sam Jackson's going to be in there.
Absolutely.
We can say Agent Coulson, we know, is in there.
Yeah. Scarlett Johansson, probably not.
Probably not.
Probably no
yeah.
Chris Evans.
I don't know if there's going
So
to be.
you don't think any kind of primaries out of the others?
No.
So you got all the
No,
Asgardians.
Robert Downey Jr. is probably too busy. I don't think.
I
would've
think
been
we
leaked out
would have
by
heard. Yeah,
now.
there's no way they could secretly film that in some hidden bunker and not let us know. And plus the fact that the movie's already been,
Yeah,
seen.
people have seen the movie in Australia.
And the end of the credits spoiler has been out. I haven't read it yet.
Okay.
But they've talked about what that is.
So that's known.
Yeah, it's out there if you want to find it. But I'm thinking there's no other cameos.
Well, I guess we'll find out soon enough. You guys are seeing it tomorrow night?
Tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow AM.
AM, bright and
I
early.
Look forward to hearing back from you guys on next week's Happy Hour with reports on the film.
Yeah.
All right, we're just gonna hang here for a bit. I'm just gonna let this roll. Tony and Norm, thank you guys for talking Thor with me and frogs. Corey, keep your shit together for Christ's sakes. Good Lord, man.
Like frog legs.
As if that weren't crazy enough, let's go ahead and check back in one more time with Brad Shoemaker in Cargo.
Submarine! Dude, I tried. The worst submarine in the history of maritime exploration because it will not dive.
I was say that submarine. I was say you're not driving a submarine whatsoever.
I don't know. That might be the fucking Titanic or something. I bought Big Ben since we talked.
You mean like the tower?
Yes, it's here somewhere.
The clock?
All right, I'm
going
gonna jump in the submarine. You can see how awesome it is. Check it out.
I'm waiting.
No, you checked it out. That's it.
Let me know.
That's all it does.
Whenever you're ready, go ahead and start submarining.
I can get out, and then I can get back in.
Yeah, I think you have to go underwater for it to technically be a submarine. That's just a shitty boat.
It's not working. I've hit every key on this keyboard. It won't dive. Dive!
It's not connect. You can't just yell at it.
Does
this count as a bad death?
I can't.
No, I don't know that you can die because you're already dead.
Oh, I hate this game.
Brad, you want to get back into that sub?
Yeah, I guess.
You want to drive that car into the water?
Not really.
Do it.
Okay.
So as successful as submarine.
That totally worked out. Dude, I don't know. I'm exhausted.
All right, Vinny wants you in the sub.
This game is exhausting. If I can provide a video effect for Vinny, then I'm happy. Apparently there are underwater volcanoes that I need to restart. If I could
get to it. Chop chop.
If I could figure out how to get underwater.
Oh, go backwards. That's how you do it.
It looked like you were going down.
I did manage to capsize earlier.
Try pressing D for dive.
Something right. No, D is right in this case.
Well, fantastic. That's Cargo.
How about this?
Quest for Gravity.
Does that do anything for you?
If this has not given you enough of a taste of it, there is a insane quick look available on GiantBomb.com. Brad, go get some rest, man.
Let's go to the stratosphere.
Vinny, you were too slow on that. Good. Oh, okay. Okay, apparently that was news to us. Brad Shoemaker, ladies and gentlemen.
Can I go?
Cargo Quest for Fire. Quest for Gravity. Fire, gravity, whatever. Can't escape any of it. Mr. Matthew Rory, Screen.com, gentleman. Locked in. I've been drinking a lot of coffee today, so I'm kind of amped up.
Hey, Ben.
I've been excellent. Excellent. I've been having a blast here. Oh, I should mention now, you may have seen it on your screen a little earlier, but we're going to be in a little bit doing some screened movie trivia. More soundtracks?
I believe so.
More soundtrack trivia, so if you think you know your stuff, give us a call, 415-508-3975. If you're on Skype, our username is Whiskey Media, and Skype preferable because you sound so much better. Skype's just so much cleaner than a regular phone call.
It's warmer tones.
Yeah, it's like vinyl. That's right. That's right. It's you want that analog sound.
I'm knocking everything
digital.
around over here.
What are you doing over there?
I don't know.
Why's
Mike's
your wallet on the couch?
Mike,
I like that you treat this like your living room. Like you start kicking off your shoes.
Yeah, whatever.
Drinking beers. No.
Come on. No.
You're gonna cut off camera. You're gonna shut off the screen. You start taking off shoes.
Wow, I forgot.
Let's refocus here and let's talk about movie films. Let's talk about Dylan Dog.
Oh, we're gonna start with that?
I think that's what you.
Yeah, I think that's what I wanted to start with. Holy mackerel, this movie's bad.
Okay.
Not screened for critics.
Yeah.
It's coming out in about 800 theaters. Based
Okay.
on an Italian comic book. It's bad. It's bad. I have some dialogue. Where I brought my notebook. Is that okay?
Excellent. Yeah. Please. We've got the trailer. We're gonna run the trailer.
I'm gonna read some lines from Dylan Dog. I take notes when I watch movies, and yeah. So it has a voiceover by Brandon Routh. He's a undead. He's not undead, but he's like the Constantine kind of character who keeps peace between. Tell me if you've heard this before. They're vampires and werewolves, and they don't like each other very much.
Okay.
And he kind of keeps the peace. There's also zombies, so they're just kind of throwing everything in the mix. There's demons too for kicks, and he has to keep the peace, but he has demons of his own. Very true.
Oh, you mean like demons, like metaphorical demons?
Yeah, not even. Yeah, he's got.
Does he also have real demons?
A haunted past. They're yes.
Okay.
As well. So they're multiple. Demons works on multiple level. So he has a voiceover that he does, and it is. Do you remember how Blade Runner was a better movie without the voiceover that they recorded?
Yes.
This is terrible either way. It's really bad. But
with or without.
With or without. But lines like, "I thought I left my past behind, but sometimes it catches up with you and punches you square in the present." Actual line from.
Where on the body is the presence?
I don't even know. At one point.
Or is that like a euphemism for the package?
Where is it now? So he's talking to his lady friend in the film, and he says, "I've been pointing the finger at my oldest friend this entire time. Now he's dead." And then they have sex. That's the very next thing that happens. Kurt Angle's in this. He says at one point.
Okay.
Yes.
So it's really good then.
Yes.
It's got great actors.
At the beginning of a fight, he says, "It's dying time." That is his line. It is dying time.
I bet he just wanted to say it's clobbering time, and they're like, we can't use that.
At one point, a woman sees blood dripping, and she looks up very slowly. That's in there too. You know that cliche? I don't know. This movie is fucking terrible. It's really bad.
Okay.
Don't see it. That's my capsule
You say
review.
it's pretty limited release.
It's 800 theaters, so you're gonna be able to find it. It's easier to find than I'm really uncomfortable with my face the way it is over here.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm gonna cover it up with beer. How about that? Dylan Dog's fucking terrible. Got a terrible script.
Yeah.
Awful direction. Horrible editing. Should be directed to DVD, but they spent $35 million on it, so they had to put it out. Don't see it.
How many puppies would you give?
I give this one singular puppy, and there's a theme for the puppy videos this week. Bang! And he falls down. He's adorable. Oh, look at that pug. Oh, I think a pug's is.
You Baker.
Yeah, Baker gets a treat, and he's getting. Oh,
and he comes back to life.
He's undead. Oh, he's adorably.
He's like the Brandon Ruth of pugs.
I love the little stumble he does, where he's like,
wait, hold on. Like he's watching, he's waiting for his cue.
Oh my! Oh, that Pugalicious.
Fantastic. What else have we been? Oh wait, hold on.
Oh, we're gonna do.
We have our first caller, our first trivia contestant. Are you ready for this?
Y'all ready for this?
Ba ba ba. I believe we have Tim from Boston on the line. Tim, are you there?
Beantown.
Timmy.
Ryan, I can see you talking on the stream,
Tim.
but I can't hear you on the phone.
Okay, I can hear you, Tim. Hey, Tim.
In 10 seconds, he will hear us.
Oh, so close.
Yet so far.
Tim, are you? If you can hear me, bark.
Play dead.
I can be
Bang.
Tim. I can be Tim.
The volume needs to be a little bit higher on your guys' end.
Oh,
well, you too, buddy. Guy needs to be high. We'll get back to you, Tim. I think.
All right.
Tim, are you there?
Oh.
Yeah, that's better.
All right, Tim.
Oh,
Hey,
Tim.
how's it going?
How you doing, Tim?
Fantastic. Are you ready to do a little screened movie trivia? I guess it's a soundtrack trivia.
Sure thing.
Excellent. We're going to play you a clip from a film soundtrack, and it will be up to you to determine what movie it's from. Matt Rory doesn't even know what the clips are.
I actually got in a little bit late today, so Vinny has them all named. So
we're going to find out.
It's a test for me, too.
All together. Tim, are you ready?
Yep.
All right. Here it comes.
Okay. Can't hear anything.
Same to you, buddy.
Hello?
I don't know. I don't know if Tim. I didn't hear anything out here, so I couldn't tell you what it was. I don't know that Tim heard anything either.
Tim,
no, I didn't hear any. I didn't hear any music.
Yeah, we've not heard anything here. All right, we'll get back to Tim a little bit later once we work out some technical issues. Let's talk more movies. That's Jaws.
Okay, you got that one. I think we did one last week.
Yeah.
What's up next? Maybe Stakeland? You want to talk a little bit? Well, I guess we should talk about Fast 5 briefly. The review is up on our site right now, and we don't have. It was Alex saw it last night at midnight. He seemed to really enjoy it. Gave it 4 stars out of 5. It's going to make something like $75 million this week, and they're saying now. After
I am actually Jeff Gershman and I have tickets to go see Fast 5 tonight in D-Box.
D-Box! In the box!
Yeah, D-Box! Which I'm so excited about. I could not think of a more perfect movie to go see in D-Box than Fast 5. I'm hearing, I'm hearing it's good popcorn.
I'm hearing the exact same thing. Like it's off the chains.
Yes. That it is horribly acted, but so ridiculous that it can't help but be fun. So
I am excited by the prospect of a Rock Diesel fight.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Rock Diesel. If somebody could be named that now, that would be great.
That would have to be their child.
That's my porn name from now on.
Rock Diesel.
Diesel Rock.
You
don't think I can pull it off, shave my head, Rock Diesel?
I don't think in any form you could be a Rock Diesel.
I am going to start introducing myself to women in bars with that name.
Just have a calling card, not a business card, just a calling card.
No number, just Rock Diesel.
Rock Diesel, just letting you know.
With a fleur-de-lis behind it?
That's who I am.
I'm making myself laugh, I don't know.
Stakeland?
Stakeland, it's another vampire movie.
So this is about Ruth's Chris and how they came to be.
About the frosty 500 degrees. Really, you gotta zest it up really quick. It also has zombies and
it's not actually about steaks. I should clear that up right now for those that were confused by that.
Has zombies and vampires, but they kind of threw them together, and they're zompires. They're like zombie vampires. They're not smart.
Stakeland.
Stakeland. It's kind of an indie thing. It has Kelly McGillis. They have a little trailer for it. I think we'll talk a little bit over it. Brutal movie. Really bleak. If you like The Road and you wanted vampires in that film, then this might be your film. It is brutal and harsh and uncompromising. It's very dour.
Is this foreign produced?
No, it's an American. It's an
American production.
Made it in New York and Pennsylvania, I think.
Okay.
So within the first minute, a baby is eaten alive, like an infant corpse is dropped to the ground. So it's pretty rough. It's pretty brutal.
They earned their R, is what you're saying.
They earned their R quite well. It's strikingly well done. It's well shot. It has flaws though. Like they throw in this thing called the Brotherhood, which is basically this Christian kind of post-apocalyptic, I don't know, clan, kind of like the KKK, and they're kind of the real bad guys in the film. So I found them to be a little.
Of course, if you're gonna have a zombie movie, man is always the true enemy.
Oh,
that's kind of the go-to thing here.
Pretty violent. Shocking thing about this film, the woman who might be popping up here on the screen in a second, maybe she was already there, the daughter from Last Boy Scout is in this film, and she looks like she's 18, she is 33. Danielle Harris, if you've seen her in anything else, she is shockingly well preserved, is what I'm saying.
From The Last Boy Scout?
Yes, the daughter from The Last Boy Scout, one of the braces who was found out.
Yeah.
Vampire movie, if you like vampires, you will like this a lot better than you would like Dylan Dog, obviously. It feels like it's very reactionary kind of film. There's no irony at all in it. There's not much humor. It's really kind of a pure horror movie for
just grim,
brutal, horror. A lot of violence. people getting raped, a lot of like bodies strung up on highways and stuff like that. It is
nothing ironic about this one.
Nothing ironic at all. There's no ironic subtext or commentary on the horror movie
And
genre.
is that opening wide this weekend?
No, I don't know. It's like 3 theaters, 4 theaters.
Oh, okay.
It's at Ebert Fest, I think, or something like that.
Okay,
It's
super,
kind of
super limited right now.
kind of scaling up. I think they'll probably go a little bit wider because it is actually a pretty decent movie.
But go look and see if local listings, see if it is in your town.
Yeah, it's playing here, I believe. Well, it's obviously playing here, but it's part of the International Film Fest, which is in town now. But I think it's kind of ramping up to go wider.
And how many puppies does Stakeland get?
I give it 3 dead puppies. 3 dead puppies. Oh, I hear the audio. We're gonna have to play this again from the beginning. I think we missed the beginning of it. Here we go, bang, bang, bang. Look at them all die, it's so adorable. The one in the middle.
That last one's no good.
We got double dead puppies. They're not really dead. Look at them all, bang, bang, bang. It's a massacre. It's not a cumulative 4-star experience, but it is. I like the one in the middle here because he doesn't quite know. He needs another bang.
He's not the most committed actor.
Yeah, you're happy how I picked all the dead puppy videos? Like, they all matched up. It was a theme this week.
We could talk about that some more if you'd like.
Oh, what else could we talk about?
We could also bring Tim back into the mix.
Tim!
Yo!
From Beantown!
What's up?
Okay, I think we've sorted everything out. Are you ready?
I am ready.
All right. Well, Vinny, whenever you're ready, let's hear that audio clip. Different clip. Let's go.
That's a toughie.
I know what it is.
I don't want to give me hints.
Yeah, no. Tim, any ideas?
I'm gonna say The Rock.
That's correct.
I knew it was Bay-ish.
It is in fact The Rock, Michael Bay's finest work.
Well done, Tim. That was actually really well done.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Armageddon.
Yeah.
But no, he would have got.
I was with you, Rory. I was gonna say Armageddon, but I don't know. It was The Rock.
Tim, are you ready to go 2 for 2?
2 for 2, sure. Let's do it.
All right. Let's see when we've got that second clip queued up. All right, Tim, get ready. Here's your second clip. Let's see if you can get this audio clue.
All right.
Yeah, that's it. It's just going to do that again. Tim?
I have no idea.
Unfortunately, it is the original Tron.
Wow. Okay.
That piece of music, if you've ever played the Tron arcade game, that piece of music should be burned into your skull because it's pretty much the only piece of music in that whole game.
That was the original Tron, really?
That was the original Tron. Tim, we're going to give you one more shot to redeem yourself. Are you ready?
All right, I'll try.
The Daily Double is for all the marbles.
Or a DVD.
Here is for a DVD of marbles.
Got no marbles.
A DVD about Marble Madness. Here is your third and final audio clue.
I'm gripped.
That's the new Tron.
That's correct. It is Tron Legacy.
Wow.
So,
I didn't even know.
Tim.
I don't even know what movies are on here.
You win a DVD out of some crappy pile of
Yeah,
stuff that
you'll
Matt
get like
has.
a Repo Chick or something like that, Tim. Whatever. I'll send what I got.
Congratulations. Stay
Tim,
on the
thank you.
line, and we'll get your information so that we can send you a bad DVD.
Thanks, Ryan. Thanks, Rory.
Thank you, Tim.
Thank you, Tim, again
Sorry
for
if I was
calling
mean.
in.
I didn't mean to be mean.
I think that's our show.
We don't have Troll Hunter?
What's that?
We don't have Troll Hunter?
Oh, we have one more. That's right. We have Troll Hunter. I'm sorry.
Troll Hunter! This trailer has been viewed 1 million times on YouTube. It's probably not bad for a Norwegian Blair Witch. Blair Witch, wow.
Blair Witch? Are you French Snyder? Are you saying Blair Witch?
Hello!
When you see a troll on the side of the road, you better hunt that troll! Troll Hunter!
It's not funny.
Corey's eating his hands. I don't know what's going on over there. It's driven the man insane.
Troll Hunter is another movie we saw at the International Film Fest.
The San Francisco International Film Festival.
San Francisco International Film Festival. 54th annual. Longest film festival running in the United States, I believe. A Blair Witch style mockumentary, all found footage. It's about a guy who hunts trolls. I don't know if that came through in the subtext of the title and the genre. The weird thing about this movie is it's not scary at all. All the actors are actual comedians. So it's all pretty funny, but it kind of undercuts the scare part of it.
Does it with the guy just shouting troll like that?
I don't know if they even show any troll footage in the trailer.
Does the so you say it's Norwegian in origin? Does the comedy translate?
Yeah, it's pretty well. It's obviously subtitled. Oh, is that a troll? That is a troll.
There's a troll.
It's Troll. Better than Troll 2, I'll say. Better than Troll 1 probably as well.
There was no Troll 1.
Oh, no, I just make shit up. Well worth checking out. I don't think we have a review of it. I don't think we're allowed to yet. It's still on a hold list.
Okay. So no puppies.
There's a lot of trolls. No puppies to be. No trolls either. That's a big troll at the end of it.
Well, look at that.
I spoil
so
that's at the end of it.
That's or I guess that was at the film festival.
SFIFF is part of the. Oh, that's a big troll. And he turned to stone. Really, really good. Apparently, in Norway, they have a lot of more commentary on the. I can't read that from here. I don't know if it's funny or not.
Something about Muslims. That was enough to make you chuckle. Something about Muslims.
Trolls. Actually, speaking of religion, they actually have some good jokes about the film crew that's following them. He has no, are any of you Christians? And it turns out one of them lies and says, no, I'm not a Christian, but he actually is. And all the trolls can smell him. Smell the blood. Because it's not originally smell the blood of an Englishman, smell the blood of a Christian man in the original. I'm just talking now.
We're going to check it back in with Brad Shoemaker on Cargo Land.
Are we?
And he has been eaten by the computer. He has been turned into a ribbon of light now. So we wish him the best of luck as a purely digital being now.
In a world of pure imagination.
Thanks for ruining that, Dave. We have Zamir on the line for more Screen.com trivia. Zamir, you there?
Wow, he's been turned into a being of pure electricity.
I think we just shorted out Zamir.
Zamir!
Yeah?
Hello.
How you doing, sir? You're on the Wikimedia Happy Hour.
How are you?
I'm good, I'm good.
Excellent. Are you ready for some trivia?
Sure, let's do it.
Can you sound more excited, please? Please, pump me up.
Oh my god!
Dial down! Back up!
All right.
Back up!
All right, Zamir, hang on to your butt. Here is our first audio trivia clue. Take it away.
No idea. I'll know it when somebody says what the answer is.
Yeah, I don't know what the answer is. So Zamir.
I'm trying to figure it out.
He's holding his
No. Yep. Too late, sir. It was Conan.
Conan. That's what I thought.
I didn't say anything.
Yeah, we cut you off. You gotta have it right on the dot, dude.
You had your time to answer, and then it ended. Can't wait for the chat to tell you what the answer is, bro.
Turn off iPhone.
I wasn't reading the fucking chat.
Hey! Watch that language.
We'll see you later, Zamir.
Oh wow.
Okay, we're gonna try one more, Zamir. Get ready and be quick on the answer. Are you ready?
All right.
All right, here it comes.
Inception.
Wrong!
No, that's
right. That's actually right.
Yeah. All right. We're gonna go for the final here.
Inception is the most iconic score.
See if you can do 2 out of 3, Zamir. You ready?
All right.
All right, here it comes.
Beverly Hills Cop.
Correct.
Axel F.
A little Axel F, a little Harold Faltermeyer. Let's get a little round of applause from the audience here for Zamir. In addition to some clapping, you're also going to get a shitty DVD. So, Zamir, congratulations. Hang on to the line.
It's going to be crappy.
And it's going to be bad. And we'll get your information and ship that out to you. Thanks again for playing.
All right, thank you.
Again, high energy from Zamir. He was invested.
All right, yeah.
Okay, great. We did really sell him a good bill of goods there with crappy DVDs. All right, this show's over. We're done here, sir. Matthew Rory, thanks.
I'm always having a good time with Ryan.
Thanks for coming on the couch, and thanks to
I didn't do that yet.
everyone else. Thanks to Greg Savin from Supergiant for coming out. And
That was really crude, wasn't it?
that's why I ignored it. You can go read about that on Rory's blog. Thanks to Greg for coming out and showing us Bastion once again. Thanks to Gary Whitta for joining us here again on the couch. Of course, everyone from Whiskey Media in front of and behind the camera. Before we leave you, last week during the insane technological meltdown that we experienced, we had some fun with the Whiskey Media Mortal Kombat Scrub League Invitational, which action-packed, a lot of fun live stream. You can actually see that on Giant Bomb now. We've posted that up on the site. There was a little discrepancy, though. I'm actually just going to let this video explain itself as we say goodnight.
So you may have caught the Whiskey Media Mortal Kombat Scrub League Invitational last week, where everyone in the office competed, and a bunch of folks at home had a chance to win copies of MK as well as partake in this fabulous pile of prizes. I kind of screwed up, though. In making the brackets, I failed to realize that there would not be a naturally occurring third place and was having people bet on third place. So now Corey the intern and myself, who were the basically the two third place competitors, are now going to have our makeup game, and we've got... What are you doing? God damn it. So we're gonna fight in Mortal Kombat to see who's third place, and Brad's recording this for posterity. So,
Hi.
So Brad, this is as close as you get to the MK Scrub League.
You continue to taunt me so.
It was so much fun. It was so much fun.
It was awesome. You know what my favorite part of this is?
What's that?
No matter who wins here, I still beat both of them.
Did you really?
Number 2, baby.
Really? Wow.
What? He got a bye on the first round.
I could have beat Alex.
You played exactly as many rounds as I played.
I'm impressed.
Yeah.
2 rounds.
Who is the winner?
Alexis.
More so than you.
Let's play it.
We'll see if this matters here. All right.
I don't know that we would have let you play.
Yeah. No, he said specifically yesterday that he would not have.
Brad would have been out. Brad
It would
would
have
have
been you and me doing comments.
Right.
Yeah. Absolutely. What do you mean? I am totally signed in. Hold on, let me sign in with my totally awesome new gamer tag.
Oh.
Oh my God.
Now who wins? Now who wins, Smith?
Well, the internet, because now everyone knows your gamer tag.
They already know it.
Yeah, they knew it before.
Should set a picture of him as your gamer picture. Just get the vision. Plug in the vision. Find a picture somewhere.
Nope. There we go. Nope. 2 players. How do you take control here?
I don't know.
I guess first mode 101. Let's do this.
No, don't.
Don't sign in. Just go. Go.
B. Just there you go. All right.
Interns don't get to sign in.
Oh. F and A.
What are you thinking?
Okay, that's me.
All right.
Boom.
Squaring up the shot. Let's do it.
We got to turn this up a little bit here.
Courage throws.
I don't know any of
the white button. Hit the white button. Damn, that's close.
Game saved.
Hey, I just came here from hell.
Police brutality coming up. Round 1.
Fight.
Get over here!
Jump right into that one. Son of a bitch.
Round 2, fight.
Damn you. Oh, that's probably gonna be.
Freaking cops get.
Oh,
what is this?
Start over.
Completely threw me off.
Round 3, fight.
Oh, there's blood
That's not it.
Wow. Preemptive victory.
Oh.
And Ryan Davis is our third place champion.
All right, there we go. So yeah, whoever bet on me to win the show, to show, you know, in the running for some prizes. So congratulations. Nice fight, Corey.
Good one.
Oh! And scene.
Do you have anything to say that's like verboten, full of wind?
No, absolutely not. I learned my lesson. Just making sure.
That match was total failboat, dude.
Rafflecopters. So there you go. With that, I took third place. So most of the prize winners have been contacted. I'm still sending out the last few emails, but copies of MK and more are being sent out to those who participated in our fake betting pool for the MK Scrub League, which was a whole lot of fun. Look forward to more Scrub Leagues on Whiskey Media in the future. Matt, let's do one more check-in with Giant Bomb newsman Patrick Klepek. Patrick, are you there? Fantastic. Again, look forward to more hard-hitting reporting like that from the new and improved Giant Bomb news desk. That's going to do it for the Whiskey Media Happy Hour. Whiskey Media paid members, stay tuned. Dave Snyder is going to be taking your phone calls in just a few minutes for a full hour or thereabouts. So if you want to talk to Dave about whatever, I don't know, Russian RPGs, or coding, or indie rock bands, whatever it is that you like. You want to talk about Joanna Newsom? He'll talk to you about it. 415-508-3975 is the number. Again, Whiskey Media on Skype. Going to give us a couple minutes. We're going to have to, take this down. There's going to be some passwords that are going to come up, but if you are a Whiskey Media paid member, just hang in there and refresh the page, and you will see what you need to. And that's going to do it, though, for us. We will see you next week.